Hello y'all, this is Ninja DC with another Friendship Games micro-analysis, this time based around the recent sneak peek. While only the first 10 minutes were shown, there were plenty of key plot points to pick out that reveal what will get a lot of focus in the film. See, the first 10 minutes are critical for a movie. It's often said you need to sell your script by page 10, or it's in the trash, if it's not already in there. This is because the first 10 minutes or the first 10 pages of a script are supposed to hook the audience by establishing your setting, core characters, and the catalyst that kicks the main plotline off. Or put simply, it's when you establish the problem that needs to be resolved by the story's end. With this, we can pick out a few key plot points from Friendship Games. First off, the key characters. The two main leads seem to be Sunset Shimmer and Sai Tuai. Sunset being the protagonist and Sai Tuai likely being the antagonist. And no, I'm not saying Sai Tuai will be evil most of the time, or that she won't be shown in a sympathetic way. No, she will simply prove to be the key obstacle for Sunset, with Sunset trying to stop the magic flow and Sai Tuai trying to, well, frack it. See, Sunset trying to keep the game's magic free is likely the big open conflict running through the film that will come to a head at the climax, most likely in the form of the Wonder Colts, after finally getting close to beating the Shadow Bolts, have to potentially forfeit the games because of, well,
magic!
Rainbow Dash also appears to be another big player, which makes sense with this being a sporting competition. I could see her in a similar role as her role from, well, the Equestria Games episodes. However, she might not get noticeably more spotlight than the rest of the alternate main six, as they move into speculation as to what is causing the magic disturbance this time around. Well, the good kind. I have no idea what's behind the Everfree kind. See, originally I thought it was more generic, creating mass friendship feel sort of thing. Music being an effective way to share emotions with a crowd would be why it was manifested before in, well, the last film. Now with the games, there are other opportunities. However, in my bonus episode of From Scripted discussing the preview, Cadet Redshirt offered another idea, which I now strongly support. Essentially what she suggested was that by acting on their elements, or inspiring others to act in it, they gain their magic. Rainbow Dash pumping up the school being a good trigger for loyalty. This brings me back to my comments on Rainbow Dash. She may not necessarily be getting more attention than the rest of the main six. Just her moment for carrying the torch was at the beginning, when she got the school prepped up, which you know is sort of necessary at the beginning. The torch would thereby be passed to the rest of the alternate main six across the course of the film, as they use their elements to push the Wonder Colts ahead, likely when there is also magic disturbances going on, you know, for them to channel said magic power against something. I really like this idea as it naturally gives the rest of the alternate main six something to do across the film, with them keeping the Wonder Colts afloat while Sunset investigates the magical part. So yeah, those are my updated predictions for Friendship Games. If I had to make a rough outline of the plot, it would go like this. We would start with the same opening, though possibly with an added Sai Tuai scene. From there we would meet the main Shadow Bolts and establish the main conflicts. You know, the Shadow Bolts being jerks and Sai Tuai realizing the alternate main six are behind the magic shenanigans. The games proceed, and so does the typical sports underdog story, with the addition of the worsening magic spillover situation. This comes to a head with the Wonder Colts almost forfeiting the games, or more likely tossing out a key victory. As the magic parts come to a head, Sai Tuai will think she has the magic under control. Needless to say, we all know where that leads. From there we reach the real climax as Sunset discovers the truth behind the magic, and a new friendship spell saves the day from nightmare Sai Tuai. However, besides helping reform Sai Tuai, the games in the climax will likely have an effect on the Shadow Bolts. It helped them start down the path of friendship, with Sai Tuai discovering the magic of friendship there and on a Canterlot. This resolution will also resolve an ongoing issue for Sunset, where she feels that she's just a replacement or substitute for Twilight. And, well, she finds her own place in this resolution, being the Twilight of the school in a more permanent manner. Well, this is my last pre-analysis of Friendship Games, as the film is less than a month away, and also the return of Pony is even closer. Until then, this is the Ninja DC. Keep calm and an open mind.